Well, good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSLA Lacrosse on Hamilton County TV, presented to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 29 years in the business. We're here at Beaver Materials Field in Noblesville. I'm Chris Purvis alongside Kevin Yaney. Good evening, Kevin.
How you doing, Chris?
Doing well. Ready to get this lacrosse action going again, you know?
Absolutely.
With the abrupt ending of last year's season in March and into April, so, these teams haven't played. Some teams got one game, some got no game last year. So I think all the players and coaches and parents are ready to get back at it.
Yeah, and I think that we've got a great night for lacrosse. It's nice and warm, 66 degrees here at Beaver Materials Field, and they're looks like they're lining up right now to get this game underway.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get the national anthem underway here, and then we'll come back and tell our listeners all about what to expect tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's being done here. Might have been damage to those nets during the earlier JV game tonight. The referees have done their inspection. It looks like there might be a bit of a change out here as they prepare for tonight's game.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a delay as we're waiting on that. So.
Yep, and here comes the new goal. Referee will have a look at this one and make sure there's no holes or openings or tears for the ball to slip through, which does happen.
It does happen. At the speed that they fire those balls in there, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for high school players to be shooting between 70 and 95 miles an hour, occasionally over 100.
Yep. Looks like they're getting that goal in place. Referee's done his inspection. Looks like we are good to go. That's the national anthem. Ready to get this game underway.
This crowd is ready to get going here. And the Noblesville Millers in white tonight, the home team, hosting the Carmel Greyhounds in blue. Noblesville is coached by Mark Milam, head coach. His first year as head coach, but certainly not his first year coaching. He's been the assistant coach at Noblesville for a number of years. But this is his debut as head coach.
Yeah, Mark has been around lacrosse for a very long time.
Yeah, he absolutely has. And then for Carmel head coach is Jack Meacham. Again, no stranger to lacrosse. Not his first season as head coach. Jack's been very involved with True Lacrosse and spends a number of his months out of the year coaching lacrosse and traveling around in tournaments, and has had college coaching experience, and so brings a lot of experience to the Carmel Greyhounds as they take the field in blue and yellow helmets tonight.
Right. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens since neither one of these teams have not played a game this year. They've scrimmaged. but they have not played an actual game, and no one's really played a game since last spring.
Yeah, that's right. So I know both teams will be looking to get out and get the rust off and get back in live action here as they line up for their pregame here. The officials will lay out their expectations for sportsmanship and talk about field conditions, and we'll get this game underway here very quickly.
Yeah, Chris, what's happened in terms of just COVID protocols to the game?
Sure. Well, the officials have a few different things that they'll do. You'll see tonight during face-offs, they'll place the ball at the midline and they'll back away. Normally they'd hover over they'd make sure the crosses are lined up, what we call tops to stops, and then they'd back away before that whistle blows. Also, you noticed here that the keepers didn't cross and shake hands as part of that pregame lineup. They went straight to their goal and their defensive end of the fields here. So the crowd's getting excited. We're back to Lacrosse in Indiana, the 2021 season. So here we go. Face-off coming up here.
Looks like Jack Wiltrout is going to take the face-off for Noblesville.
Yep, referee's got the ball down now, talking to the players and making sure the field's set, and his officiating crew is set and ready to go here. So we'll get these players down and underway. There's the command for down and set, and we'll wait for this whistle here and get this game underway, Kevin.
Looks like it is Jacob Katz who's taking the face-off for Carmel as well. Here we go.
And there's the whistle. We're live.
Oh.
We have a loose ball there, and that awards possession to Carmel, who advanced into their offensive end of the field. And
Chase
touch
Arbuckle
up in the box.
Chase Arbuckle clears that ball, brings it down, sets up this offense.
Yeah, Carmel's moved the ball back to the X spot and then back topside above GLE, looking to see what they can do offensively here to get this game going.
There's a shot.
It's deflected off the defender's pole, went out of bounds, but Carmel will retain possession, being closest to the inline there.
Yeah, that was Mason Kramer. He had a great defensive move there. Here comes the ball around.
Yeah, another shot.
Yep.
And that's going to stay Carmel ball, so they'll pick it up and go again on the referee whistle, again coming back from X.
Carmel is aggressive right off the bat.
They are.
There's another shot.
And a goal. Yep. And a goal.
And that was Jake Klein, the junior. Well, that didn't take long.
You know, Coach Meacham said that the Carmel strategy is fast and aggressive, kind of a run-and-gun offense. And I think that's probably what we'll see tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how Noblesville reacts defensively to that kind of gameplay.
Right. Yeah, and can their defense slow that Carmel offense down?
Yeah, that's right. So we're just into the first quarter. It's Carmel 1, Noblesville Miller 0. Nope. And a face-off violation there by Carmel. That'll give Noblesville possession, and the referee's going to blow the ball into play here.
Aaron Bell's going to bring it in.
Aaron Bell's tossed it in, and Noblesville's bringing the ball up and looking for a touch into their attack box, which they now have. As they work the ball around.
Braden Carpenter looking for somebody to pass to. Goes back to X.
And there's topside. A shot by A.J. Whitehead went wide. Chased out of bounds by Noblesville. Noblesville retained the ball.
But nice work between those two.
Yeah, absolutely. Good nonverbal communication and good footwork getting that shot made possible. Yep. We go a topside dodge here. A little dump off here. Looks like they'll pull it out amidst that Carmel defense.
Ball is loose.
Ball's loose, picked up by Carmel, number 21. Tossed back to the keeper. Quickly comes out of the crease and advances the ball. Keeper's going to travel with his team upfield. Carmel's crossed the midline now, is touched up in their attack box, and they'll go to work on their offense. Kevin?
There's a shot and a score.
That shot, he was just above GLE, but had just enough of an angle to sling that in there, firing off the right shoulder.
Jake Klein again.
Like the defense is going to huddle around the keeper there on the Noblesville end, kind of talk about that play, and break it down a bit before they go back to work here as the ball sent back to the midfield for the next faceoff. We're now Carmel 2, Noblesville 0, 10-14 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Klein's got both of those goals here tonight. Looks like Matthew Rogers out there is going to face off for Carmel. We got a whistle. Looks like a trip.
Yeah, that'll give the ball to Noblesville. They'll take the whistle from the midfield. Look to advance it up here.
Will Jordan.
Carmel's got a long pole. They're trying to keep him out of the box. That count is underway, and he dislodged the ball. A forced takeaway. It advanced it. It looks like Carmel threw it away. It's coming back to Noblesville here.
Yep. Little too aggressive on that one.
Christian McCaslin has the ball. He'll start that on the referee's whistle. We have a flag across the field, and it looks like somebody's going to the penalty box. Yeah, we're going to have a man-up situation here.
Yeah, that's Brennick Arbuckle that's going to the sideline.
Yeah, so that's going to advance the ball up for the Noblesville Millers. They'll start with a free clear above the midline here, and they'll have an extra man offense. See what they can do offensively during this scoring opportunity here.
And Tyler Roberts brings it up. Roberts is up top, looking for somebody.
Well, Noblesville threw the ball away on offense, and Carmel's going to pick it up over there. Looking to clear the ball, toss it back to the keeper who's going to move it upfield. Now it's back along the team sideline as he moves it up and touches the ball into the box, across to the top side. Looks like we're going to have a shot. Deflected by the goalie. Great save there, picked up. Ground ball by White by the Noblesville Millers. Now looking to advance the ball. Got a lot of steam here. 2 Carmel defenders on our player there. And a good clear into the attack box there by Noblesville. The ball's loose once again. Here comes Carmel, long pole looking to clear the ball. They're over the midline now.
There's Klein again, making his move, making a shot.
He's going to fire that. You know, Noblesville had a defender back near the end line, and they might have been both defending that attackman and also maybe looking to get possession on a shot out of bounds, but Carmel was able to retain that.
Right. Carmel sets their offense, making a move.
A little slide across there and fired a shot. Looked like a left shoulder shot right into the goal, hit the lower left. And Noblesville goalie couldn't quite catch that one and stop that shot, so looks like their defense is going to talk it over again. A little breakdown there, and they'll advance this ball back up for the next face-off. We're Carmel 3, Noblesville 0, 8:26 remaining in the first quarter.
Right. Well, Noblesville defense just has to step it up. They have to step it up, and they have to get a lot more aggressive than what they have shown so far in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And also on the offensive side, they need to really protect that possession time. And it looks like Noblesville's going to get the ball here on a face-off violation. So it's like Blaine McNabb's going to bring it up and get his touch into the box here, which he doesn't have yet. And he now does. So they've got their ball. Although the referee's still counting over here, so maybe they don't have that 10 count. No, they didn't get the 10 count, so that's a failure to advance. So that'll be a turnover. Carmel will pick up the ball and look to move it upfield. With a quick clearing play into their box and working the ball around. Good Noblesville defense pushes the Carmel player back outside of the box. They're going to work it around.
Yeah, it's Arbuckle.
And flag
there's
down.
A flag down.
A flag down situation. Yep. Ball's loose, though. The whistle won't come until there's a possession. Now it'll come. Noblesville's picked up that ball and on that penalty, so now they'll adjudicate that penalty. It looks like, Kevin, it's going to be a push with possession. That'll be a 30-second penalty. Mm-hmm. That'll give Carmel an extra man offense scoring opportunity.
Looks like Blaine McNabb was the guilty party there.
That'll be the customer for the timers over in the penalty box tonight as we begin to pick up play again here on the referee whistle. We're going to start, looks like the ball's going to start top right outside the box, top right for the keeper. And there's a whistle from the referee, and we're back live with Carmel possession here, an extra man offense for 30 seconds.
There's a shot on goal.
And loose ball in front of the crease, picked up by a Carmel player, pulls it back out.
Another shot on goal.
Shot.
Nice block.
And good stop there by Ben Wallman in the crease for Noblesville. As he now looks for an outlet pass. And I believe, Kevin, he was contacted in the crease. He was. That'll give Noblesville a free clear on a goalkeeper interference there. So Noblesville will have the ball, free clear at the midfield.
Tyler Roberts.
Tyler touches it up into the box. Now pulls it back out. He's got two Carmel defenders kind of following around there on the top side of the box.
Guys, though.
He also got an opening there. He's going to fire a shot.
There we go.
Got the goal unassisted.
Got the goal. That's
Tyler
Roberts.
Number 14.
Number 14. Great shot. Beat his two defenders. And then it was just between he and the goalie at that point.
Yeah, that's right. He kept his feet moving, and I think if he'd have paused, those defenders just would have tried to dislodge that ball, and
absolutely,
who knows what would have happened. But Tyler was able to put one on the board for the Noblesville Millers. So we're now Carmel 3, Noblesville Millers 1, 6:56 remaining in the first quarter. Going back to our next face-off here.
Yep, live action here.
There's a whistle for the face-off. Face-off player says, ball has not come loose yet. Now it is.
Ball is on the ground.
And
still trying to get possession.
No possession call yet.
Now
we have it, and Carmel's got possession. They're into their attack box now.
Yeah, that was Branick Arbuckle that cleared that. Long pole defender.
As Carmel works the ball around offensively, looking for an opportunity here. There's a shot fired. It went wide. Carmel had an attackman back at the end line, so they'll retain position on a restart here.
Yeah, Jake Klein is not a shy player.
No, he is. He's not. He's very active, and his feet are moving all the time. A little delay here. Looks like Noblesville's making a substitution, which wouldn't cause a delay.
That's Jack Wiltrout coming into the game for Noblesville. Back to live action.
There's a fire there off the left shoulder by Carmel, and they'll retain possession once again on the shot out of bounds. There's a shot on a crease curl from Carmel. It hit a Noblesville player, and it's rolling out of bounds. It looks like they're going to award player back to Carmel. Yep. No. It looks like it's going to be Noblesville ball. Sends the ball back to the keeper. And then back to the keeper again, looking for an outlet pass downfield.
Does he have
a lot of traffic down there. I was a little worried about that one, Kevin.
Yeah. And I think Carmel just threw it away.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of turnovers. So again, I don't know if that's that rust. We talked about both these teams haven't played in quite some time. First game of the season for both teams.
Right. Goalkeeper has it.
Been looking for his outlet pass, sending it downfield. Again, a lot of traffic picked off by a Carmel player who's bringing it right back. As they touch the ball into the box and looking topside. There's a shot fired from topside, went in unassisted.
4-1 now. Carmel leads the Noblesville Millers.
Yes, I watched the Noblesville defense huddle together after a scoring play, and I think they're trying to make adjustments for some of this offense. But the ball's coming both from X and from topside. It makes it rather tough to defend, Kevin, when you're not sure where that's coming from.
Right.
Well, yet another face-off violation by Carmel will award the ball to Noblesville as they touch up the ball in their attack box here and go to work offensively. Pass to the middle. Picked off by Carmel, so they're going to go the other way and try and get in the box, see what they can do offensively here. Yet another turnover. A lot of that by both teams, Kevin, and Noblesville will pick up the ball and bring it back in bounds here.
I guess to be expected. This is their first game of the season, and it's been a while. Carmel picked it up.
Scored. That's a tough one. When you have no defense there and it's one-on-one shooter in the goalie, It usually goes in the favor of the shooter. That's a tough spot to be in. That'll bring our score to Carmel 5, Noblesville 1, with 4:58 remaining in the first quarter.
And that was Matthew Rogers on that score, unassisted on that one. As we get ready for another face-off, did you know that Logan Street Signs and Banners is celebrating over 29 years in business?
That's amazing.
Yeah, Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signings and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. And you know what?
Yeah, we had another score by Carmel and unassisted by number 4 there. He came about 5 yards above GLE and kind of ran across topside and dumped that in there.
Yeah, that was Jake Klein once again's third goal tonight.
Well, we expected he would be active in the game tonight, and that's absolutely the case. Jake's piling him in tonight. His stats are going to be looking good already.
Yeah, he has scored 3 of the goals. Just a junior, the attackman. Carmel's going to pick up this again. Chase Arbuckle clearing it.
Yeah, Chase dumped it into the attack box. Carmel's now working the ball around. Yeah, they're really working it around right now, around the entire box, not really sending any cutters in quite yet. There's one.
There comes
and
a shot.
Right off the left shoulder.
Number 26. We don't have a 26 on our roster, so I can't tell you who that is for sure, unless it's Bryce Cannon, who is 28, and I'm just seeing 6 instead of 8.
Well, I found a 26 on their roster, and it looks like Kyle Fedorcha, who's a sophomore attackman, class of 2023.
Okay, very good.
As we go back to the next face-off, Carmel now leading by 6. Carmel 7, Millers 1, with 4:12 remaining in the first quarter. Referee blows the whistle for face-off. Ball is loose and picked up by Carmel for a face-off win as they advance the ball once again into the attack box.
Yeah, Carmel has a fast-paced offense, but it's also very patient. They're waiting for their spot. They're waiting for their time. But when the ball starts to move, it really starts to move. Back to X. That's a dangerous spot for them. Here it comes back out front. They're going to reset. Here's Arbuckle making a move.
From topside, played by the Noblesville goalie, but picked up by a Carmel player who's going to feed it and take it off of the crease and look across for another shot on goal.
Another shot on goal is blocked.
Great stop by Noblesville goalie Ben Wallenman. Ball's loose and out of bounds. It's going to be Noblesville ball.
Yep.
This will be a deep restart from Noblesville. A long way to clear the ball as it's passed back to the keeper, who's going to look for his outlet pass, which he has.
There we go. Let's see what we've got going.
So he had that advanced up to Braden Carpenter, but Carmel was able to pick it off, and they've come back again.
Just missed the feeder.
Yeah, we have a contested ball right on the sideline here. It's picked up by Carmel, but defended well by Noblesville. Carmel does retain possession. And there's a shot topside, out of bounds, retained by Carmel.
Yeah, Carmel's really looking for they're really looking for their shot. They know who their scorers are. They feed them well. They move the ball well. Here we go again. Back up top, moving the ball around. This just wears our defense down. You're trying to play a team that's going to move the ball that much, it really wears a defense down.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And the defenders have to be careful that as they're moving across in front of the crease, they're not screening the goalie's vision as the shot might be coming from topside. So it's a very orchestrated effort. The goalie should be talking to his defenders. And
oh, very nice.
There's a pick off there. Nobles is going to advance the ball. Looks like we got a lot of
Braden
speed
Carpenter
running up the field by Braden Carpenter as he looks to advance, and he's pushed.
And that should.
And there was no flag.
There's
now
one
there's
now.
a flag, but
I think they might have. I think there's another one.
Yeah, we got
laundry all over the field.
So here's what'll happen. We got a lot of flags here. So the referees are going to come together. The first thing they'll try and do is kind of keep this under control. They'll come together and make sure they're all on the same page before they adjudicate anything. And, you know, it's always a big crowd reaction in these situations, Kevin.
Yep.
One push and another. And, you know, just like in hockey, players gets pretty chippy rather quickly, but looks like we've got things calmed down. The referees try to sort things out.
Right. Well, I think it might have been the second guy who got caught with the first flag.
So I see two Carmel players on their knees at the penalty box, so I'm not sure what else is going to be adjudicated here, but if that is the case, that'll certainly give Noblesville a man-up situation, extra man offense, and a great scoring opportunity, but we'll see. They're not quite done sorting things out yet. Neither team has taken a timeout. Both teams are allowed 2 timeouts per half. That hasn't happened yet, but we're down to 1:50 remaining in the first quarter with the score of Carmel 7 and the Noblesville Millers 1.
While we got a little break here in action, let me talk to you about Noblesville Trophies.
Yeah, let's hear about Noblesville Trophies, Kevin.
And Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies and corporate awards. So if you're looking for those types of awards to give out, give Noblesville Trophies a call. They provide you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. You can reach them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, noblesvilletrophies.com.
Well, the referee's still giving his C-notes explanations. I do see 2 hands together, which will mean that one of the players at a minimum is going to be serving full penalty time, so that'll be non-releasable should they be scored on. So we'll see what we have here as for numbers as we get back to live action.
Looks like there was a total of 4 penalties given out. Two of each team that are on the sideline in the penalty box right now.
Now, this is one of those situations that, teams don't always practice 4v4, but that's exactly what we have here. Right. With each team having 2 players in the penalty box, it's still an even situation. There really is no extra man offense for the Millers in this case, just fewer personnel on the field to deal with. And there's a lot of laundry on the field. Referees are still picking those flags up.
They still are.
And I think the officiating crew is just about set, and we should be back to live action here in just a moment. Starting from top center here, and here comes that whistle as the Millers look to convert and get a score on this possession here. I think Blaine McNabb's carrying the ball into the attack box. He's going to run around to X and dump it off far side. Contested play and a loose ball over there.
Ball's on the ground. Miller's come up with it. We have another whistle.
There's a turnover there on a whistle, and Carmel's going to clear the ball. The same personnel on this end, Kevin, with the penalties in effect right now, 2 and 2. Got a stop by Ben Wollenman. Great job in the crease there, stopping that ball. He's going to send the ball upfield, and Noblesville's back looking to get it into the box and convert and get a score here. As that ball's picked up by Skylar Tolliver, advancing forward into the box. He's got his touch.
Tolliver looks like if he were to cut, he has, there's a whistle.
Yeah, we got our first timeout of the game here, Kevin.
Yep. Hey, have you been to Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rentals?
I have. It's been a while.
Has it? Well, Yancey's Apparel has been doing business in Noblesville for over 50 years. Now located inside Logan Street Signs and Banners, If you enter the north side door and ask for Dan or give him a call at 317-773-2973.
Yeah, Dan's been a staple business in Noblesville for a lot of years. So
Many years.
If your kids are going to prom or anyone's getting married, make sure you go see Dan, and he'll take care of you and get you all your tux and suit needs down there.
Or maybe you just want to go out on the town and
look
nice.
Nothing wrong with looking good, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the referees are conducting a stick check here, an equipment check, to make sure that players' crosses are legal and within U.S. lacrosse standards. That's a normal protocol there, so they'll check those sticks and then get those back to those players. It's customary during a timeout, standard equipment check as players begin to trickle back on the field. Carmel in blue and Noblesville in white. Just under a minute remaining in the first quarter, with Carmel 7, Noblesville Millers 1.
Yeah, Noblesville is spending an awful lot of time on defense. And they need to get on the offensive side of the board, and they need to balance that out if they want a chance at beating the Greyhounds.
Well, I think that's why the timeout was called, give them an opportunity here before this quarter runs out. They've got just under a minute here to see if they can't get one in the goal here. So we'll see what the Millers do with the ball here on the whistle coming up. As the referee signals to the benches, timeouts remaining for each team, and the whistle's ball's live again.
Braden Carpenter brought it in. Blaine McNabb up top with it right now, making his move, setting something up.
There's a shot. To Jacob Purvis for a shot, saved by Carmel goalie, who's going to advance the ball up.
It's a nice
Noblesville's
shot.
Got a nice ride here by number 7 as Carmel's looking to clear the ball across the midfield. He manages to escape and advances the ball up and all the way into their attack box.
Back to X. They're dangerous from that area.
Yeah, just under 20 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Is there another shot on goal?
A shot on goal retained by Carmel.
X tries to make a move, coming around. Another shot on goal. Eight seconds left.
Carmel
coming
again
around
from that crease, that X
over the
position.
top.
Yeah, Ben had an opportunity to come out of the crease and chase that ball for possession. He's allowed 5 seconds to get back in the crease before that whistle sounds. And there it is, folks, and that's the end of the first quarter tonight. Carmel Greyhounds 7, your Noblesville Millers at 1.
And you know, Gaylor Electric has been in Noblesville and in Hamilton County since 1984. Gaylor Electric is the highest performing national contractor of excellence. Since 1984, Gaylor Electric's success continues to be built upon the cornerstone of reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights fueled by our genuine care for people. Gaylor Electric, along with Chuck Goodrich, President and CEO, are proud sponsors of Hamilton County sports. Thank you, Chuck, and thank you, Gaylor. We got lights on here tonight, under the lights at Beaver Materials Field. Beautiful night for lacrosse. One quarter already in the books.
Yeah, that quarter went fast.
It really did.
Yeah, 12-minute stop clock, but, you know, as the ball's moving as fast as it does, and some of those possessions were somewhat lengthy, that quarter ran pretty quickly. But, yeah, Kevin, we're under lights. Beautiful night, 65 degrees in Noblesville. I think the winds have calmed down a little bit. We had gusts above 40 miles an hour earlier today, but I think it's calmed down a little bit.
Right. Well, and here's the other thing, too. I think you're seeing, as this game progresses, maybe some of the cobwebs are getting shaken out. There's nothing like competition. I mean, you can practice, and you can scrimmage against your own guys. There's nothing like live competition against another team to really see where you stand.
That's absolutely right. And, first game for both these teams, and a lot of these student athletes have been doing school from home and at reduced numbers in school, so not a lot of normalcy in their lives the past year or so. So I know they're glad to be back out here, Kevin.
Yeah. Looks like Daniel Seed for Carmel is going to be facing off. Who's our Noblesville player out there? That looks like it might be Skylar Tolliver.
Yeah, Skylar hasn't taken a face-off yet tonight, but sometimes they'll make adjustments to try and win those face-offs.
Actually, that was Jack Wiltrout.
That was Jack Wiltrout. Carmel's picked up that face-off, and they're advancing the ball. It's now behind the goal at X as they look to go to work offensively here in the second quarter.
Yep. So they bring it up top, switching out some players, setting up their offense. Carmel goes to work. Awful lot of standing around right now.
There is, and, I don't know if, the teams have been doing their conditioning, but first game of the season, too. So they don't have their legs quite underneath them yet as Carmel's able to rip one in and right at the goalie's feet for a goal.
Yeah, that was Chase Arbuckle on that goal.
And now brings the score to Carmel 8, Noblesville Millers 1, just barely 30 seconds into the second quarter.
Well, you mentioned earlier that Carmel's philosophy is fast and furious.
Fast and furious and run and gun, and that's what we've seen tonight. But I think they've been testing the waters with the Noblesville defense and trying to find those holes and exploit those where they can. As we're now facing off again with Aaron Bell for Noblesville taking this face-off. The referee blows the whistle. That ball was loose. No possession call yet. Now the Carmel's got that ball advancing into the attack box.
Yeah, that's Daniel C.
Looking to set up their offense with a wide pass across the box, back to topside, and then back to the X spot. Yeah, the Noblesville defense, Kevin, is doing a good job of talking to each other on directions and slides and trying to work together as a unit to try and shut this Carmel offense down. Yeah, goalie Ben is giving good instructions, barking out those directionals to his defenders. He's got a view of things that they don't have, and Carmel continues to work the ball around the box.
They're not able to hit that cutter right now like they were earlier.
There's going to be a shot off the right shoulder. It's picked up by a Carmel player back behind
right
the cage.
Yep.
They're working
another
again,
shot, and he got it. That looks like Kyle Federocha. They got that goal.
Yeah, that's a tough one there too for the goalie. Trying to see around your defenders and see when that shot's coming. And shoulder fire shots like that, where there's very little windup by the offensive player, they're difficult to know that they're coming.
Right.
As we line up for the next face-off, Carmel's now 9 goals to Noblesville Millers 1 goal. 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter tonight.
Face-off is won by Carmel.
And that was a quick pickup by Carmel as they advanced into their box. And we have a flag down on the field.
We do have a flag.
And a shot.
And a goal.
That went in.
Let's see what happens here. It is good.
Goal's good. Yeah, and so that's a personal foul, Kevin. So what happens is, unlike a technical foul in lacrosse, a personal foul will carry through even a goal is scored. So we'll be man down here. So Noblesville will play what's called a man down face-off, giving Carmel an extra man offense for an entire minute. Had that been a technical foul, they would have waived that penalty off. But that's not the case here tonight.
Right. And that was on Blaine McNabb. He's on the sideline. Ball's won by Carmel. Moving the ball down the field. Cleared the center line. On the
That's
move.
A quick rip, kind of an underhand shovel shot there by Carmel. Puts that goal in the net and bring them up to a score of 11-1 over the Noblesville Millers.
That was Matthew Rogers on the shot and goal. Second of the night for Matthew.
That was not a settled situation after that face-off. I don't think the Millers were able to quite get settled into any kind of a defensive pattern there, and that just came way too quick for them.
Right. Well, these quick scores are really hurting them. They're down 10 now, 11-1.
And it looks like Coach Milam is trying some different players at the face-off position, hoping to get that possession off the midline there. Looks like it paid off this time as the Millers pick up the ball and into their attack box, looking to make something happen tonight.
Jack Wiltrout on the face-off. He's on the move, but lost the ball. Tried to split the two defenders. That didn't work so well.
Yeah, they're going to retain possession here as Noblesville looks to keep this offense going here.
Will Jordan's got the ball out front.
Thought about dumping it off there. A little reversal, but kept on going and looking to move it around here.
Got it to Skylar Tolliver. Tolliver goes out front, goes up top, looking for somebody.
See, Tyler Roberts is active in this offensive set here. He's cutting in, trying to get in, penetrate through that defense and get open for a shot. A.J. Whitehead's coming from the X position, looking for the same thing as the ball's moved up towards center of the attack box, but it's given away. Carmel's picked it up and advancing again towards their end of the field as there's a pretty good ride going on by Noblesville, but not enough to stop that advancement as Carmel moves it into their box.
Nice defense in that possession right there to push him out.
That
was Christian McCaslin.
And a great contested ball here. Looks like just about all game personnel are trying to win that ground ball.
That might be the best defense I've seen Noblesville play tonight.
Yeah, I think so too. And a good outlet pass by the goalie as Noblesville advances upfield again.
Here we go.
A little cross pass here.
And I thought
ball's loose here, but it's not going to make it quite out of bounds. Carmel knocked it out of bounds, so that was lucky for the Millers. They'll be able to retain the ball in that far corner in the outside the attack box here as A.J. Whitehead brings it up. Looks topside. Looks at Blaine McNabb. Blaine's looking for an opportunity.
And you're going to lose the ball.
And threw it away now, so Carmel's going to pick it up. This will be a deep restart from Carmel. As the Greyhounds look to advance the ball once again into their offensive end of the field. And a timeout by Carmel with 7:22 remaining in the second quarter with a score of Carmel 11, Noblesville Millers 1.
Well, Chris, let me tell you about Church, Hiddle, and Anthem.
Yeah, please do. Great sponsor.
They are a great sponsor since the establishment of Church, Hiddle, and Anthem in 1880. Our neighbors, community leaders, businesses, school districts have placed their trust in us to solve their most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history of helping our clients when they need it most. Give us a call at 317-773-2190 or simply visit their website at www.cchalaw.com.
Well, after that timeout, it looks like teams are beginning to trickle back onto the field. The Carmel Greyhounds in blue jerseys and in yellow helmets, and the Noblesville Millers in white jerseys and black helmets.
Yeah, Noblesville is well. You can tell it's an early game this year for both teams, but the energy level for Carmel has been there. They have been the aggressor. And that's why the score is as lopsided as it is right now.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. And I think Carmel's going to look to stay strong here through the remainder of this first half and try and stretch this lead a little bit. So see how the Noblesville defense is able to counter that and what they can do to put a stop here. As Carmel advances the ball, looks across the attack box. And now a Dodger from topside fires a shot.
Got it.
And scores.
He scores. We're going to 12-1. And I believe that was Will Sprates on that goal.
That'll bring up our next face-off here. Jack Wiltrout from the Noblesville Millers at the center X, about to take the face-off here as the referee brings the ball up and places the ball. You know, Kevin, with the pandemic and COVID and some of the protocols for the officials, you'll notice he places the ball and backs away. Normally they stay and kind of hover over that face-off and check the both players' crosses are lined up, what they call tops to stops. But for COVID, they're backing away and giving them a little space before they blow this whistle. As the two midfielders are fighting for possession here, the wingmen are waiting for that ball to come loose, which it now has.
And possession's going to go back to Carmel.
Yeah, that was a pretty well-fought scrum on that loose ball, but it's going to go to Carmel, and here they come looking to get to work offensively as they touch into their box and move the ball around. There's a new whistle on the field. We had a change of possession there.
See if Noblesville gets anything going here.
Yeah,
Had a bit of a trouble.
Need to protect this ball, but I think they got lucky here because it was going to go out of bounds, but Carmel knocked it out of bounds, so that'll be Miller's ball. They'll be able to advance the ball. They'll have a fresh count here to get in the attack box, so a fresh 10 seconds to touch it in. Should be no problem here.
Carmel takes it away, moving down midfield, setting it up. Noblesville is going to get it back.
Yeah, I'm surprised, at the number of turnovers. But as we talk, Kevin, maybe it's just the rusty nature of both these teams and first game of this season.
It is.
As Noblesville looks for their deep restart clearing opportunity here, they'll advance the ball upfield and look to see what they can get done. Picked up by Carmel, brought back. That's number 7, Arbuckle, with the ground ball, bringing that ball back up into their box. Little substitutions here by the Carmel squad.
Moving that ball around, looking to set something up here.
Well, that was an errant pass to the attackman at X, but he was able to retain it. A little bit of pressure there from the Noblesville Miller defense. We had a dodge from topside here, and here comes a shot. Went wide. Carmel will retain possession.
There's another shot
from topside. You know, Kevin, I don't think Carmel minds these restarts from the X spot because that's their favorite spot on the field offensively.
I agree with that.
As now the Millers look to move the ball upfield.
And it's taken away again. The Millers are really just having a hard time clearing that ball tonight.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
Just to even try to get it on the offensive side of the field.
As the ball runs out of bounds, picked up again by Carmel. They'll retain possession on that loose, and here they go again with their offensive end of the field with 4.5 minutes remaining in the second half. Carmel 12, Noblesville Millers 1.
Ball's up top, circling around, looking for that cutter. X switches out, comes over to the wing. Shot on goal goes wide.
It was played off of the goalie's stick, but went wide. They'll retain possession here. I do see that not a lot of pressure behind the goal for the Noblesville Millers, which may not be a bad thing.
They stay in their zone defense. Yep. Good defensive play there. Noblesville picks it up.
Yeah, these ground balls are helping the Millers. They are doing a decent job winning ground balls as they advance the ball up into their box, looking to make something happen here before time runs out in this second quarter tonight, Kevin.
That was McCaslin coming from the defensive side and clearing that ball, getting it down to Skylar Tolliver. Goes X. Here comes the shot.
And a change of possession here. As Carmel looks to clear. A little ride from the Millers here. Ball's in the air now, and Picked up by Carmel on a little loose ball. As they fire
Comes
from
a shot.
topside. And the
There's
flag
a
is
flag.
down on the field. That'll be a penalty against the Millers for a slashing. That'll be a 1-minute personal foul penalty. That'll give the Carmel Greyhounds a 1-minute extra man offense with 3:15 remaining in the second quarter.
Looked like Will Trout was the guilty party there. He takes a knee on the sideline. Carmel's moving the ball well. Here comes a cutter from the X.
Yeah, that ball was bobbled. I thought that attackman might have fired that from over there, but he didn't quite have possession enough to make that happen. Right. And they continue to work the ball around.
Score again. That's Jake Klein once again. That's his 4th goal of the night.
Yeah, certainly good stats for Mr. Klein tonight on the offensive end of the Carmel Greyhounds' efforts. As we go back to the next face-off, Aaron Bell has come back into the lineup to take this face-off with just over 2 minutes remaining.
Looks like he's facing off against Matthew Rogers from Carmel. Carmel gains possession. They're moving the ball quickly. Got a breakaway. Nice defense.
Yeah, it was a great
nice
save.
defense.
And we also have some contact there on the looks like on the goalkeeper. That'll advance the ball up for the Millers. Yeah, it's a good strategy for a goalie when he's played defensively. If he can make contact with that stick, that'll give his team a defensive clear, which that's what was able to happen here for the Millers and let them advance the ball upfield.
See what the Millers can do with it now.
Yeah, they hope to get something done here in just about the final 2 minutes of the second quarter tonight. Working the ball around to X. And then above GLE there, but a missed pass. It's a ground ball, contested ground ball here. Looks like Blaine McNabb's going to grab that up for the Millers and advance the ball back in.
Beat.
He's topside with a pass that well, calling it a shot, and it'll stay Miller's ball as they're closest to the end line there.
Yeah, that was well defended by Carmel. McNabb up top again, making his move. Oh, he had a cutter.
Yep. Carmel goalie now looking to get the ball out of the crease as he runs with the ball as they have their clearing attempt, crossing the midline and advancing the ball up. Minute and a half remaining in the second quarter.
Shot on goal, went wide.
You know, Carmel's offense really uses the whole field, out in the alleys, outside of the box, behind the goal at the X spot, as well as topside. Really wants to try and draw that Noblesville defense out so that they can cut in.
There's just missed that cutter, coming right up the middle.
This is an over and back situation, so that'll give the Millers possession of the ball. Carmel caused that ball to go in the backfield and awards possession to Noblesville here as they have another scoring opportunity with just under a minute left.
You know, it's a blowout right now, but if the Millers could score before this half ends, it gives them hope that maybe some changes can be made at halftime, some adjustments, and they can get back in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they'll want to work on some things, have some discussions about some adjustments during the halftime, Kevin. Quick turnover there as Carmel picks the ball back up and looks to advance it. It's loose on the ground now, but picked up again by Carmel. They've advanced back into the box. A little pressure from Noblesville there by Tyler Roberts with a good stick check.
Carmel moving it around, gets
There's
position. There's a shot.
There, went out of bounds.
Yeah, that's Federocha again. Federocha's got a couple goals tonight and being very aggressive.
Yeah, I think with that loose ball rolling up towards the midline, that's going to be the end of the second quarter and the end of our first half tonight with a score of Carmel Greyhounds 13, Noblesville Millers 1. Kevin?
Right.
We done yet, Carpenter?
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
We received a lot of feedback from our members and families that, sorry, I get really choked up about this, that their youth were declining in their social settings, that they were struggling in school. And I think people don't realize how much youth need this.
So the Boys and Girls Club is dedicated to inspiring and enabling all young people to reach their full potential. And we focus on academic success, healthy lifestyles, and good character and citizenship. We've had to find new fun and engaging activities for the kids that limit touching. We've done a lot of tag with pool noodles, so they're not actually touching each other and they're keeping a distance. So our team's been very creative in coming up with those new ideas to keep the kids having fun while they're here.
Going to school, you're going home, you're going to school, you're going home. They're missing out on problem solving. They're missing out on social setting with peers that isn't in a school setting. It's huge. It has a lot of benefits that I think seeing that in March where we kind of missed out. It showed the impact that having a Boys and Girls Club or an outreach center has for youth.
It really has had an implication on our overall budget, and I think that's probably something across the board for any business that's still trying to be operational right now. You're adding cleaning protocols, you're adding additional staff to do those cleaning protocols. We're adding additional staff to get our ratios lower so that there's less contact tracing to be done if something were to arise.
So having the funds to be able to reconnect when that time comes is going to be huge because we need to recruit them back in. It's very pivotal that they have this in after school hours for them to be successful.
We get amazing support from this community, and we are just extremely grateful for that and hope that we can continue to count on people as we go further down this road with the pandemic and not knowing kind of where that end point's going to be.
There's a lot of our youth that aren't able to use our services currently, and whenever we can get back to normal, we need to get our youth back into our buildings.
I think the kids need the outlet, and I think they need the connectivity, and I think that's two of the huge things that we can provide for them.
For the past several months, I've been my kids' everything.
Their teacher.
Library media specialist.
Food service.
Building maintenance.
Nurse.
PE teacher.
But I'm about to get a well-deserved timeout. With my kids back in school, I can do what I do best, be a mom. But it's up to me and you to keep our kids in school. And to do that, we're going to have to show some class. That means checking their temperature in the morning. Anything above 100 degrees means our children need to stay home. We need to lead by example by wearing our masks and modeling good social distancing to our kids. We need to make sure our kids avoid crowds and large gatherings outside of school. That includes slumber parties, playdates, and family reunions. We need to schedule a test for anyone in our family who may be exhibiting signs of COVID. For kids, those symptoms will include fever, fatigue, and a change in taste and smell. And let's be sure to keep our kids home if they're waiting for COVID test results or just feel crummy. So join me in having some class by supporting our educators and keeping our kids in school.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Well, welcome back to IHSLA Lacrosse here in Indiana. We're at Beaver Materials Field in Noblesville, Indiana. I'm Chris Purvis along with Kevin Yaney, where we're still at halftime. Noblesville Millers are hosting the Carmel Greyhounds tonight. Score is currently Carmel 13, and the Noblesville Millers with just one. Kevin, it's been a rough first half for the Millers.
Yeah, it really has, and you know they just have not been able to answer the bell when it comes to getting the ball down to the offensive side of the field. Their defense, despite the score, I think their defense has held up fairly well. They just, it's the first game of the season. They're not at full, mid-season strength, and they're showing that. But the defense, where they have struggled probably the most is clearing the ball.
Yeah, that's right, and that if you can't clear the ball, that's going to be a turnover, and you're right back to playing defense, and it can wear down the defense pretty quickly here. But I think you're right, Kevin. It's probably some preseason rustiness by the Millers, and as we talked earlier, all of these student athletes have spent a lot of time at home and through the pandemic and doing virtual schooling, and so I think this is a new thing for them. I'm sure they're glad to be out here, but maybe not quite up to full conditioning levels yet this early in the season.
Well, and my hat's off to the coaches here, because they've been, you're given a situation where you really don't have the full capacity to go out there and practice like you would in a normal year, do the things you would do in a normal year, and still try to get it ready for a season, and that's extremely difficult.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I know they've had to have even some distancing and separation at their practice by splitting into units and keeping that separation. So that makes it hard. So even the fact that both teams are back on the field playing lacrosse, it's still not full normalcy again for all these guys, and so they're trying to shake that rust off. So.
Right.
Be interesting to see how the Millers react defensively. I'm sure at their halftime they talked about that. I know in the earlier game, Kevin, the JV squads, they made some adjustments and they did move their feet more and were a little more effective defensively in that first game. So we'll see what the varsity squad does here.
Right.
So, Kevin, if you're in Noblesville or moving to Noblesville and you're looking for a realtor, you'd certainly want to call Jamie Carmesino from Carpenter Realtors. She's a broker associate for Carpenter Rentals or Carpenter Realtors, and if you're planning to make a move, why not call a realtor with hometown experience? Jamie Carmesino has connections and a commitment to the community. She's raised 3 Noblesville athletes and is ready to help you with your real estate needs. Looking for a realtor? Call Carmo. Call Jamie Carmesino at 317-490-3735. You know, Kevin, all these sponsors we've been talking about tonight are all staples in the Noblesville community. I know Jamie well, and her children, Sophia, Amanda, and Michael, were great athletes at Noblesville. Michael's now an airline pilot and played baseball, and so they've spent their time in the stands and at games and supporting Noblesville athletics.
Yeah, absolutely. Great family.
As the clock winds down, now we'll get ready to start this second half here, again with a score of Carmel 13, Noblesville Millers 1. As we go to a face-off here, because the score differential at 12 goals, we will have a running clock until that changes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Jack Wiltrout for Noblesville is at the midfield X for the face-off here.
It looks like Jacob Katz for Carmel. The Greyhounds, they kneel down.
Referees have the ball placed, looking for proper alignment. Looking for no advantage by either player before the whistle comes. There's the whistle.
Go.
We had a violation there by Carmel. That'll award possession of the ball to Noblesville. As Noblesville looks to go to work offensively and see what they can make happen in the second half here. Ball's advanced into the attack box by Blaine McNabb. He fires a shot.
Oh.
A bounce. We have a flag down. We have a nice chase to the end line, but that was coming back to Noblesville anyway based on a penalty situation here.
I like McNabb's aggressiveness there. Boy,
yeah,
he went for it.
He was. Nothing was going to stop him, right, Kevin?
Absolutely. And that's what you need right now. You need to be, the aggressor's going to take this game.
And so we have a Carmel player taking a knee in the penalty box. That'll give Noblesville an extra man offense scoring opportunity here.
Yeah, that looks like Brainick Arbuckle, who took a knee in the penalty box. But Noblesville needs to take advantage of this right now. If they want to get back in this game, they got to score early. They got to get their offense rolling.
Yeah, they absolutely do, and they're working the ball around now pretty well, looking to try and be patient but also aggressive at the same time. There's a shot.
That was McNabb.
It's picked up by the Carmel goalie there, and he's going to look for an outlet pass, which he now has as they advance the ball up to the midline and beyond. A quick fire shot there by number 2 from Carmel. And he was successful in that and was able to get a score there.
Yeah, that was John Keeney. (14-1). The Greyhounds lead the Millers.
Well, that was a quick score because we're just not quite 2 minutes into this third quarter, the second half tonight. Another roster change at the midfield X as Aaron Bell comes out to take this face off for the Noblesville Millers.
You know, I've got a break in the action, Chris. Hamilton County TV is supported by Visit Hamilton County. Hamilton County attractions, hotels, restaurants are following the Hoosier Hospitality Promise Health and Safety Guidelines. Check out everything there is to see, to do on spring break. Visit hamiltoncounty.com/spring break spring break.
Well, I like the sounds of spring break, Kevin.
I do too.
And Noblesville won that face-off. Fires a quick shot here. Shot was fired by Jacob Purvis. As A.J. Whitehead was closest to the end line, will retain possession for Noblesville.
Well, we're barely 3 minutes into this, and already Noblesville's had 2 shots on goal, and I think that's more than probably they had.
Yeah, I think you're right. A little turnover there, a takeaway by Carmel as they advance the ball up. And a quick shot and score by the Carmel Greyhounds.
Yep, that was number 8. Looks like Matthew Rogers, his 3rd goal. Just when Noblesville looks like they've got something going offensively. Carmel breaks them down.
Yeah, but I'm glad to see them start to get aggressive. Watching Blaine McNabb bring that ball into the box and then see a couple shots get taken tells me that they're waking up offensively.
Yep. And JP shooting too.
Yep, that's right. He was able to get a shot off there.
I think if you keep firing, eventually they're going to go in the net.
So we have another face-off violation by Carmel there, so that'll award the ball to Noblesville as Aaron Bell picks it up and looks to advance in. Defended by a Carmel long pole. He's not quite in the box yet. Count's underway here. Yeah, timeout by the Noblesville Millers. That was probably a very good timeout call because, Kevin, they've got that 10 seconds to get in the attack box, and
right.
I think that they were probably not going to get it in, which would have been a turnover. So not a bad time for a timeout to be taken by the Millers.
Yeah, Mark Milam knows this game, and so he calls timeout to save the turnover.
Yeah, absolutely. A well-called, well-timed timeout for the Millers.
Yep.
As Carmel leads 15 to Noblesville Millers 1, 7:34 remaining in the third quarter tonight.
Hey, Chris, you know that Van Osdol and Farrar, Business Technology Simplified, is a proud sponsor of Hamilton County Television. Van Osdol and Farrar is a 106-year-old Indiana company specializing in information communications, print, and business processes. We are Business Technology Simplified. Visit our website for more information, www.vanosdol.com.
HCTV appreciates all of these sponsors making these broadcasts possible so that these student athletes in a variety of sports around the state of Indiana, IHSAA and IHSLA, baseball, basketball, football, lacrosse now. So great thing for the students and parents and relatives that can't see the game and be able to broadcast and put these games out there.
Absolutely. Great thing for especially for those who can't get out here to the games or have been locked away. They can still watch these games. It's wonderful. Well, the ball's on the ground again, and there's...
Ball is on the ground, picked up by Carmel there as they return it back to their goalie. He looks upfield for an outlet pass, which he has. As Carmel's advancing the ball again.
Defenseman looks to get rid of the ball and cross back over to the other side of the field. The Carmel offense is just going to be patient, wait for their spots. They send the ball around this Noblesville zone defense. There's a shot on goal off the post.
Carmel deflected over towards the sideline here, picked up by Carmel. Back into their offensive rotations here.
Not bad defense by
not bad.
Noblesville.
He kept him to where he couldn't get a shot above GLE.
There's a shot on goal.
Second shot still retained by Carmel there.
They're dangerous at X. We've seen that tonight. On the move. Looking for the shots, not there. There's a shot that he did not take. Carmel's moving the ball around. Back to X again. Noblesville is defending that X. Ball's on the
loose
ground.
Ball there. And contested, still contested. A little roll away there.
And that one goes to the aggressor. .524 left in this quarter. Ball's moving around up top. Back to X. You know, the one nice thing that I've seen from the Noblesville defense is they have not let that cutter get through the middle like they were the first part of this game.
Yeah, that's right. They've made an adjustment to try and stop that.
There's a shot on goal.
Shot.
Goes wide.
Good chase there by Noblesville long pole, but
Carmel is going to retain possession. Again, they're moving that ball around. Noblesville desperately needs a takeaway here. There's a shot on goal. Off the post. Back out to Carmel again.
Took a wide bounce away. Picked up by Carmel. It's been a long possession on this end of the field here.
Very long possession. I think it was yesterday when they started this possession.
I think you're right. Another shot from top side. That one got past goalie Ben Wolleman for another Carmel score. As the clock continues to run in the third quarter, now 3:55 remaining with a score of Carmel Greyhounds 16, Noblesville Millers 1.
And that's Federoch's. I believe that's his fourth goal tonight.
That's a hat trick plus one.
You know, we heard a lot about Jake Klein coming into this game, and he is all that we heard that he would be. He's a great player.
That's absolutely right, Kevin. He's definitely delivered for the Greyhounds tonight.
But I was going to say, this is a balanced team. They don't just have one scorer. They can hit you from several different angles, and that's the difficult thing here.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of firepower on that squad. But, yeah, you're right. There's a flag down. So we'll see what the officials adjudicate here. That penalty will put the Greyhounds at a 6v5 offensive arrangement against the Millers, who are down a man defensively.
Millers doing their best to keep them out of the crease here. Here comes a shot. Goes wide. Carmel's going to retain it again. The Millers desperately need a takeaway. They need to get this ball back. They need to get it on the offensive side of the field.
That was a great swat away by the Noblesville goalie there.
Moving the ball again. Coming back in. Back to X. Out to the wing. Up to the middies. There's a shot on goal.
Kreisman was not defended. That's what that patient offense does for the Greyhounds. He was able to sneak around and camp out on the crease there and just wait for a quick feed and dump that shot in.
Yeah, that's Matthew Rogers' fourth goal as well. So just balanced scoring. There's three Carmel players with 4 goals tonight. 17-1 score. Noblesville looks like they won it at first. No, that ball is still on the ground.
That ball rolls into Noblesville's attack box, but it's still loose, Kevin.
Yep.
And
it's going to be awarded to Carmel.
Must have gone off a Noblesville player as Carmel
they are on the
have
move.
That possession, and they advance the ball once more.
There's a takeaway.
And that's
Nice takeaway.
aggressive. As Blaine McNabb advances the ball top speed up the field into the Millers attack box. I think he's going to fire it. He did, and he drew a foul because there's 2 flags down, maybe 1 penalty, but both officials saw something there and launched their flags. So we'll see what they adjudicate here. Looks like
they're talking it over. Did they both see the same thing?
Well, so this is a rare thing. Yeah, that's going to bring up expiration of time for the third quarter. with Carmel 17 and the Noblesville Millers 1. I'll tell you, I'm afraid what we might have there, Kevin, is an offensive foul when McNabb lowered his head into his defender, driving towards the goal. And, you know, part of the reason that foul is called, it's called a bull dodge, but it's a safety issue. With concussion awareness, the officials in U.S. Lacrosse want players to play what's called head-up lacrosse.
Yeah.
And so anytime they lower the head and drive through, which it's tough for athletes who are also football players because that's kind of a second nature for those athletes, but it can certainly draw a penalty in lacrosse, and I think that's what just occurred here on the field.
Yeah, and McNabb is a football player. He is a defensive back, so he's used to lowering his shoulder.
Yeah, and he carried that ball into their attack box. It looked like a running back to me, Kevin.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Chris, you know, the Noblesville Township Trustee Office offers financial assistance for rent and essential utilities for Noblesville residents who may need help. If you call their office at 773-0249 to see if you qualify, if they can't help you, they will be able to refer you to someone who can. Tom Kinley is our trustee, and Tom does a great job of helping people.
He does, and the trustee's office is a great resource for residents of Noblesville, particularly those who have been affected by COVID and unemployment. So a great thing that they do, great work that they do as a steward for the community.
Yep. One of the ways that Noblesville is a great place to live. Well, we're going to the fourth quarter, and Noblesville's going to the fourth quarter a man down.
Yep, so that offensive penalty was a tough pill for the Millers as they're a man down going into the fourth quarter. We'll have a man down face-off here as they look to try and get a little more time offensively and get back in this game with another score. Final substitutions being made before the whistle there.
Now, I didn't see this. Carmel's got a man in the box, too, so they are even. So there really were two penalties on that last play.
Yeah,
Carmel
and
scores
a
again.
Quick score by Carmel there. That should release the Noblesville player. No, unless that was a non-releasable, he's staying in the penalty box. So I think they adjudicated that one pretty seriously. Again, that's that safety call. It's tough to make.
And if I have this right, that's Jake Klein's fifth goal of the night.
Yeah, very productive offensive player, a hat trick +2 tonight. Exactly what we expected, and again, he's certainly delivered for the Greyhounds. So these penalties are both in a non-releasable, so we'll stay at this two-man down both teams, which is actually, all even.
Right.
A little scrum action on this face-off. The ball's still loose, but picked up by Carmel as they advance it in. And a quick shot and goal.
Score. And they're not letting off the gas. That's Matthew Rogers' fifth goal of the night.
So, Kevin, if you're Coach Milam and your first game out of the gate, you play a very tough team, and you know it's going to be a tough game against Carmel Greyhounds. I mean, here's a team that is historically in the Final Four and often in the state championship and several state championship titles. You know you're going against a tough team, and you get a tough night on your hands. How do you rebound and get your team focused on the next game?
Well, I think you have to always, after a loss. I've heard before there are, two things can happen in a game like this. You can go away and you can hang your head and think you're a loser, or you can learn from it.
Sure.
And a good coach is always going to help you rebound from a loss by saying, what can we learn? What can we do better? What would have turned this game around? What would have made it go the other way? And I also think you can learn a lot from studying film, watching what the other team did against you to learn where your weaknesses are, where you need to shore some things up.
Yeah, that's right. I know that Coach Milam and his staff are big into game film, so, win or lose, he'll evaluate that game film and make adjustments to his team accordingly. So this was an interesting play here. So Carmel won the face-off, but during their possession, there was a warding violation by the Carmel player, which turned it over to Noblesville, and they were able to advance the ball, but they didn't get into their attack box, so Coach Milam had to use another timeout to protect that possession. So here's the Millers back with the ball again.
They need to get something going offensively. They need to move the ball.
And I do see this Carmel defense is pushed out pretty wide.
Mm-hmm.
And a loose ball here. Quite a scrum going on here. And a flag's going to be down on that
play. Flags are all over the place on that one.
These games, too, when it's a tough game like this, it has a tendency to get chippy, and I think the officials are doing a good job of trying to keep that under control by adjudicating these penalties and keeping this under control.
Yeah, tempers can flare, and there's a rivalry here. Despite the score, there's a rivalry here.
Yeah, I think that rivalry goes back, in Noblesville to their football programs with Carmel dating back to the 70s and 80s. So it's been a long-time rivalry between the two communities.
It might have been going back to the 1870s. I don't know.
You may be right.
Know.
I don't know what sport they played back then, but I think there was a rivalry.
Yeah, horseshoes or something. They were very competitive.
So here's Carmel with 8:19 left in the fourth quarter. 18-goal lead in an extra man offense situation.
Carmel working the ball again, working it around. They've got a man on the crease. They just missed him. Unguarded on the crease.
Turn that ball over. Yeah, that's those. They call those crease campers. They just got to hang out on the crease and move around a bit, waiting for a feed to dump that shot in. As Noblesville looks to clear the ball, however,
throws it away
Yeah. Carmel throws the ball topside, a shot.
There it is. Scored it. That was Brannick Arbuckle on the score. $20-1. Carmel is blowing out the Millers tonight.
Yeah, they absolutely are, and it's got to be tough for the Millers to hang in there and keep their focus in a game like this.
Absolutely, and keep their heads about them. I mean, there's again, it's a very physical sport, and sometimes tempers flare. So the refs have done a wonderful job of keeping this under control tonight. You know a thing or two about that.
I do, and it's never popular to throw a flag, but it's got to be done. But yeah, they've managed the game very well. It has been a few chippy incidents, but it's not a terrible game by any stretch of the imagination. But this happens to be a veteran, experienced crew, and no stranger to high level games and these sorts of situations.
Right. It's back at loses the ball.
Yeah, the Carmel defender was there, ready for him to receive that pass. He didn't check him though, blindside. It was a good check, and dislodged the ball.
Ball's on the ground in a very dangerous spot. Noblesville needs to get it out of there.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, you're going to see the Millers play extremely aggressively here in the final few minutes of the game, as long as they do it under control. Yeah, very contested ground ball here.
.5:14 left in this game. Carmel has a bit of a mismatch with the substitution patterns right now if they take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's absolutely
score.
right. They were able to dump that one in, go up 21 goals to Noblesville's 1 goal.
That was Leo Hammonds on that score. Well, we've got 4.5 minutes left in this game. It has been all Carmel. Ever since that first goal, I believe Blaine McNabb scored it, it has been all Carmel.
And that was all the way back to the first quarter, Kevin, so there's been no other scores for Noblesville since then. But they do win this face-off by virtue of a face-off violation by Carmel as Aaron Bell brings the ball up into the attack box and then dumps it off for the Millers to see what they can get done tonight.
Here's some substitutions for the
Will
Millers.
Trout ice his options, dumps it over to Jacob Purvis. He's looking around, brings the ball topside. Fires a shot. Fires a shot, went wide. Retained by Noblesville's A.J. Whitehead, who was on the inline, ready to be able to recover that ball and keep possession.
Turn around. Ball's on the ground.
And another ground ball picked up by a Carmel long pole. Quick advancement up the field and a dump-off shot to, they didn't get a shot off there, but they're going to work the ball around in this final 3 minutes of the game tonight.
Shot on goal goes wide.
And the Greyhounds at it again with possession. And a shot from way topside and just dumped it right in there.
2 in a row from Leo Hammonds.
And that's a lot of wind-up on that shot. There's no sneaky on-the-run shoulder shot there. He had a shot, had a lot of wind-up, and just took it.
Right. Yeah, quite disheartening, I would think, if you're the goalkeeper and you've had 22 goals scored on you tonight. How do you pick that one up?
Well, and I don't mind mentioning that tonight's goalie, Ben Wolleman, is a sophomore goalie. It's really his first varsity appearance after Griffin Smith was injured during 2020 and was unable to return to gameplay, although Griffin is team manager now and helping the boys on the sideline. So it's really an opportunity for Ben, but also a challenge, to get into varsity level lacrosse this quickly.
And everybody has their first game, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think going against Carmel in your first varsity appearance is that's a tough one.
That is a tough one. Yeah. So my hat's off to the young man for hanging in there and doing a good job tonight. Hard to swallow though when you've been scored on that often.
Yeah, it is. You just got to somehow shake it off and get back to work. And so we've got a turnover here. Ball's coming back. The Millers are going to advance it up the field here. And with just over a minute left, not too many more opportunities for them to get one in the net. But unfortunately, this one's picked off by Carmel, and they're bringing it back into their offensive box. Flag is down here.
Yeah.
Over on the alley just outside of the attack box, but no change of possession, so that's going to play on for a bit here until the whistle comes. Shot is fired.
Nice block by the goalkeeper.
Now the goalkeeper has possession. They'll be able to adjudicate that foul, but the clock's going to continue to run at 48 seconds, so we're running out of game time here for the Millers very quickly.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to get any more game time in here at that running clock. They've got 30 seconds left till the end of this game. We're winding it down.
Yeah, so the referee's blown the ball back in play with right at 13 seconds remaining. Carmel's just probably going to work this ball around and wait for time to expire. I don't see Noblesville pressing defensively, so this one is in the books as we wind down now, and that is the horn there, the end of regulation time, into the fourth quarter and into the second half. Carmel Greyhounds with a score of 22. Noblesville Miller with a score of 1. Kevin, it's a pleasure working with you tonight. Tough game for the Millers tonight.
It was a tough game for the Millers, but, you always have your first one, and they got that under their belt, and I think there's better things to come.
That's right, and thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of IHSLA Lacrosse, brought to you by Hamilton County TV and presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 29 years in the business.
We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies, Gaylor Electric, Chuck Goodrich, President and CEO, Van Osdolf and Farrar Incorporated. We are business technology simplified. Church, Hiddle and Antrim. Jamie Carmesino for Carpenter, a realtor there at Carpenter. Visit HamiltonCounty.com and the Hamilton County Reporter. And again, you're watching Hamilton County TV Sports, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners in Noblesville.